Hello everyone, my name is Jeff Howell, Director of Marketing with LeadSnap. In the prior two videos, the first one I showed you the basics of how to run a heat map, is what you're looking at right now. And the second one, I showed you a few different strategies on how to increase the rankings of your Google My Business listing. And in this video, I'm going to go over just a couple of ways that you can use heat maps in prospecting. So for prospecting, this can work whether you're an SEO agency or you're a lead generator doing the rank and rent model. Basically, once you've run a heat map, and this is the same heat map that I ran for a roofer in Franklin, Tennessee. So we'll just go ahead and use this heat map. But as you can see, in each one of these specific geolocations, again, it's telling you the specific ranking of this roofing company for the key terms roofer, contractor. I messed that up. It should have been a roofing contractor, but it doesn't matter. You can put a whole list of keywords in there to see how it ranks for specific keywords if you like. But if I click one of these geolocations, it's going to show me exactly who the competitors are in each one of these geolocations. So if I see that in that one geolocation that I just clicked, 5 Points Roofing is first, I can just click right here on 5 Points Roofing and it'll flip the map and show me where they rank. So this is a really valuable tool when you're trying to assess how desperate a prospect might be for your leads or your services, or trying to identify a competitor, a strong competitor, to see who it is that you need to beat in that market. So once you get the sense of who is the best competitor, then you can kind of reverse engineer what they've done and at least know what you're up against for a specific ranking target. So the other thing that this system does is it'll take all of the averages from each one of the competitors in the top 20 and give you the ranking averages across the entire grid of where this grid is drawn. So in this case, 5 Points Roofing is the highest average at 8.32, and that's because they have these specific rankings across the different quadrants of the city. So what this tells me is that there's not a super dominant competitor across this entire map area. See, this gets up into Nashville, so we're in Franklin. So it depends on where you draw the grid. But as you can see, if there were a competitor who were ranking first, second, third, or I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 average across the entire city, that would be a really, really strong competitor because they would be dominating the entire city, or at least the entire grid. So in this case, the best competitor is only averaging an 8. So that means that there isn't a dominant competitor, and depending on the grid, perhaps there couldn't be because it's too big of an area and there's too much competition or whatever the case may be. But this is all data that can give you better insight into your local competition and whether they might be a good client for you. Like I can see right now is if I were prospecting 5 Points Roofing, I could definitely go in and if I had a lead gen property up here in the Nashville area and I were ranking really highly up here, I could say, well, I know that those leads are going to be valuable. This is definitely a big player that has the capacity to handle a lot of business, but they're not getting any business from up here. So if I could send them business from up here because I have my own Google listing up here that's ranking well and pulling calls, then they might be a really good candidate for that. Or if I wanted to get them as an SEO client, I would have a lot more data to go in and be able to tell them, hey, I know not only who your biggest competitors are in any given location, but I know that you're not getting business from anywhere above these specific areas. You just draw a line, whatever that is, Brentwood. So you say, okay, you start to fade away around Brentwood and Bellevue, and I can help you get business from north of that line, if you will, the 254. So you could prospect people like that. So that's one thing. The other thing is here, when you have this list of competitors, if I click on any one of these competitors, it'll automatically bring up the GMB for that competitor. I can see how many reviews they have and kind of sort them out. So obviously these guys are a major player in the area, and but they still don't have it all locked down, right? So there's still things that I could offer them that might be of value, and the heat map gives me the data to be able to have a solid, consistent narrative that's going to potentially bring them in as a client. So that's a few ways. Those are a few ways that you can use the heat map for prospecting in your business. If you'd like a 14-day trial of this software, follow the link below and you will get a 14-day trial, and you can run all the heat maps you want to get familiar with this system. I'll be posting more videos, and I look forward to seeing you on the platform. Take care.